Hello yogis, welcome to day 20 of our Spring into Yoga challenge. Today's class, we are going to be doing a full body relaxation class. So we're going to hold the poses a little bit longer, maybe for a couple breaths, and it's all about really tapping in to that relaxation, to that deep belly breathing, and really paying attention to what's happening in your body and what's happening as well as between the ears. I'm not cueing anything with props for today's class, but if you think you might need them, feel free to keep them beside your mat, whether they're blocks or cushions, pillows, whatever you have handy. So let's get started in just a seated pose, cross-legged. So any comfortable seat, placing your hands on top of your knees. And just close your eyes and start to hone in on your breath. Just noticing and watching the breath as it moves in and out of you. And with every inhale, feel your belly expand. And with every exhale, feel your belly soften. Maybe noticing with every exhalation, there's a sense of rest, of relaxation, of letting go that happens in the body. This letting go of muscular contraction, just allowing your body to be in this moment. And just really approaching today's practice with softness and ease, and allow deep relaxation come into the body. And gently open up the eyes. On the inhale breath, start to take your arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, hands down onto your mat. Start to twist towards the right, bringing the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Sitting up nice and tall. Crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. And then exhale, come back through center and twist towards the left. That left hand comes onto the floor behind you just to support you in this twist. Keep focusing on those deep inhalations and long exhalations. And on your next exhale, come back through center. Let's find cow face pose. So that right leg is going to come underneath, knee is pointed forward, and then the ankles close to the hip. And then that left leg is going to come on top. Again, you want to think of trying to get the knees in line with each other, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And here's where you might want some blocks or cushions to just support your legs in this variation. If this is not accessible for you, then drawing the knees out from one another, coming into more of like a square position with the legs, is going to feel a little bit more comfortable. So setting up the legs and then finding eagle arms, that right elbow is going to come underneath the left. And then you can either reach for opposite shoulders or reach for the palms as you twirl the arms together. And just breathe into that space in between the shoulder blades. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Last breath here. And then unravel the arms, unravel the legs, and we'll switch sides. This time our left leg is going to come underneath and right leg on top. Once you have your legs in a position that's comfortable for you, then we're going to find eagle arms, this time on the other side. So that left elbow is going to come underneath the right. Keep tracking the hands away from the face, elbows away from the chest. Last breath here. And gently release, unravel the legs, unravel the arms. Coming into butterfly pose, bringing the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to fall open. Sit up nice and tall, reach out through the crown of the head. Think of lifting up out of those sits bones. So you're really pivoting from the pelvis. And then just start to hinge forward, just coming into any depth that's comfortable for your body. Maybe inviting your body to go a little bit further. Slow, steady breathing. No need to rush. Just breathe. And slowly start to peel yourself away from the floor. That right leg is going to come in towards the pelvis. Left leg extends out to the side. Keeping both sits bones rooted onto the mat. From here, lift that right arm up towards the sky. Inhale, and then exhale, side bend over towards the left. Keep rooting that right sits bone down towards the floor. Nice and easy. No need to force, just breathe. And then slowly come back up to center. This time square your chest towards your straightened leg. Hands on either side of that leg. Option to keep the foot relaxed, or you can flex the toes towards your face. It's totally up to you. And again, you want to think of that pelvis, tilting it forward, lean your chest forward, just coming into any comfortable depth that feels good for your body today. And just letting go of any expectation that you have. Maybe you were able to go a little bit further in these poses one day, but today maybe you're feeling a little bit more stiff, and that's totally okay. Just really honoring wherever your body is in this moment. And slowly walk yourself back upright, and we'll switch sides. This time that left leg is going to come in, right leg extends. Let's start by keeping the pelvis, the sits bones rooted onto the mat. Inhale, lengthen up towards the sky, and then exhale, side bend over to the right. Come back to those deep belly breaths. And then inhale, come back up through center. This time, square your chest to the straight leg. Fingertips on either side. Lengthen the spine, lengthen the sternum bone forward. And then pivot from the hips to fold. It's okay if you stay upright. Last few breaths here. And then slowly walk yourself back up. Square yourself to the center. And we're going to come into a double leg forward fold. So depending on your available range of motion in this forward fold, I'm going to invite you to just bend the knees. Again, think of pivoting from the hips, grab a hold of your feet, and keeping your belly resting on your thighs. And from here, maybe you start to straighten the legs, inching your feet out further and further away from the body, keeping that connection with the belly. And just notice what you're feeling here. If you're feeling more sensation in the backs of the legs, maybe in across the low back, all is good. Last breath here. And slowly roll the spine up. Stabilize at the top. And then cross the ankles. Coming into a tabletop, we're going to find puppy pose. So keeping your knees directly underneath the hips. Walk your arms forward, your hands forward. Option to keep your hands wide or narrow, closer together. And that's going to be dependent on your body. It's going to be different for you. So I like my hands a little bit wider. And then start to sink your chest down towards the floor. Maybe your chest touches, maybe it doesn't. And then you just place your forehead onto the mat. So hips stay high, feeling a stretch in across the abdomen and into the armpits. Settle here. And then start to press your hands into the mat. Think of rounding the spine like a cat. And once you're up a little bit, then you can start to slide the hands back underneath the shoulders. Bring the big toes to touch. Sit your bum back onto the heels, child's pose. Feel the expansion of the back body. Keep the arms reaching forward. On your next inhale, come up to tabletop. Finding a pigeon pose, the right knee will come forward. And then inch that back leg out behind you. If coming into your pigeon is really uncomfortable for you, then bring that right hip down onto the floor, bend the back leg slightly, and come into more of like a deer pose or like a 90-90 seat. And that's gonna feel a little bit more comfortable in the hips. So play with what you need right here today. And once you're in your pigeon pose, just very gently come onto the forearms. If you are in that pigeon leg variation, make sure not to dump all of your weight on that front leg. So keeping onto the forearms will help prevent that. And slowly walk back upright. Shift your right hip off onto the floor and then sweep that left leg forward. We're gonna switch sides. Extend the right leg back. Again, setting up your pigeon pose on this side. Option to stay upright or lower onto forearms. Again, if you're lowering onto the forearms, just make sure that you're not dumping all of your weight into that front leg. Last breath here. Start to lift yourself back up. Sit off to that left hip, sweep your legs forward. Let's roll onto our back. And once you're there, draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a rock from side to side. Bring a self massage across your low back. And last pose here, just finding a happy baby. Reaching for the inside or outside edges of the feet. Allow the knees to come open and soles of the feet raise up towards the sky. Keep reaching and pulling the knees down towards the floor. Press your low back against the mat. Again, you can take those rocks here if that feels okay for you. And then once you're ready, just drop the soles of the feet. Come into Shavasana. Now, for your Shavasana, you can stay legs just extended on your mat. If you would like, you could also do legs up the wall. So if you have a wall or a couch or something nearby, then you can rest your feet against the wall or the couch. So come into any variation of Shavasana that you wish. And once you've settled, just really feeling the body release into the mat. Close down your eyes. Feel all muscular contraction release. Inviting full relaxation. And just spend these next few moments focusing on the breath. And allow your mind to just drift away. Noticing any thoughts that come in and out of the mind. Just noticing them without needing to act upon them. And as you drift, maybe you feel your physical body become so light, you you don't even feel it against the floor anymore. Now start to invite a deep breath in through your nose and open the mouth to let it go. Start to bring your awareness back to your physical body, feeling your body against the floor, and noticing the air around you and the temperature of the air as it touches your skin. I will leave you here. If you'd like to linger a little bit longer in your Shavasana, please feel free to do that. And I hope you take this relaxation with you in through the rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow for our very last class of this Spring into Yoga Challenge. Until tomorrow, yogis, namaste.